Dash podcast. The first, me and Josh are going live on YouTube. We're doing a mock draft today, and we're doing 4 picks per every single slot. What I would do, what I think will happen, what Josh would do, what Josh thinks will happen. We know it's 128 picks, so we got to fly through. But hey, let's do it. Let's get into this, and we're fun. All right, man, before we jump into this, you know I'm pretty much contractually obligated to ask. How you doing, man?
Well, first of all, let's hope we get this right in one take. Secondly, as far as how I'm doing, the Red Sox suck. Debo wants to get traded. Jimmy's still here, and I've been mixing wine and opioids all week, and I'm still alive. So it's been a fun week, and it's only Tuesday. So
nice, man.
Yeah, man. Strive for greatness, baby. Strive for greatness.
Hey, let's
get into it.
Let's keep it going strong, man. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. Okay. All right. This is a little chart that I made. It's got a slide for us, and let's see. We'll go choice, prediction. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good. And just to clarify here, sorry, go ahead.
I should have made 3 slots because we're doing our choice just for. So I don't know why I made 4.
That'd be all right.
So I should say our choice. Yeah, there we go. And then that. So 3 slots. We'll just know that was correct.
Sounds good. Just tweeted out our live link, dude. This is exciting for us. Steven and I, after doing this podcast for months and months, have finally discovered that we can actually, and I didn't even put the link in it because I'm an idiot. We've actually discovered that we can use Twitter Spaces and go YouTube Live. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll reach a couple more of you here. We'll go ahead and tweet that out. And Steven is going to do, we've kind of broken it up because the draft is kind of lopsided after these trades. Steven is going to pick the black teams, the color black, and I'm going to pick the white teams.
The reason being is last time we did it where I did NFC and he did AFC, and it happened to be 16 picks. But after all the trades, it's really heavy on the end. I broke it down. I like divisions where we each have 4 different divisions, and it adds up just right. So, man, I have the first overall pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars. My choice, if I was Trent, I wasn't obsessed with arm length over everything. This would be helping out my franchise quarterback. I know the defense needs improvement, but I like Josh. So I'm going Ike Ekwonu.
I like it.
But my prediction on what I think will happen, I don't know. But I do think that Balky really loves this guy. So I'm going Von Walker.
It makes no sense.
Absolutely.
The lowest production Georgia defender, Nakobe Dean, would make more sense. It's probably going to be number 1. He's probably going to be number 1. My prediction is also Trayvon Walker.
Okay.
I don't feel great about it. I definitely feel it's going to be a surprise. In fact, I've told Steven this ad nauseum. It could be Ahmad Gardner, Derek Stingley, for all we know. Heck, it could be Jameson Williams. It's going to be someone out of left field. It's definitely not going to be Hutch or Thibodeau, I'll tell you that much.
Right. No, I totally. And then this is your pick at 2.
Number 2, Aiden Hutchinson. This is the biggest no-brainer in the draft. Nothing to talk about. Dan Campbell guy, Motor City Dan Campbell guy all the way through. And that's also my prediction as well.
I'm just copying and pasting, man.
That's what you do, man. My number 1 overall guy in the draft. I've gone back and forth with my number one
Yep.
overall guy.
If I was the GM of the Texans, I just want really, really good football players. And the highest guy on my board left over is Kyle. I don't care about positional value. Safety is getting more and more valuable in the league. I like Kyle. What I think will happen is Iquanu, which I think is also a good pick.
Yeah, I think it's also going to be
My big
Go
board.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I think Ike Iquanu. He was my number 2 overall guy. Kyle Hamilton was my number 3. Under position needs for Houston Texans, I wrote best player available. And I put that at 3 and 13 because if you look on PFF Simulator, when it says needs, it literally says everywhere. And that's very true. They need
I
talent
love that.
everywhere. They need talent everywhere. So you take best player available. It's going to be one of the offensive tackles, whichever one they prefer.
Uh-huh.
And we both love Kyle Hamilton too. So that would have been my choice as well.
Yeah, that's right. For the Jets, this is another easy pick for me. And it's going to go in my choice and my predict. It is Kayvon Thibodeau. I think my top player available at this point with these guys off the board. And I think they'll love him. And Robert Saleh.
Yep, 100%. Moving on to the Giants, number 5, looking at their needs. Offensive line is their biggest by far to me, obviously, whether Daniel Jones is a quarterback or not. So I went with the best available offensive tackle, Charles Cross. And I also think that's going to be their pick as well. So that'll be my prediction at number 5 to the Giants, Charles Cross.
Is that also who you would pick there?
That's also who I would pick, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So it's the same.
Yeah. I have him ranked slightly 2 spots ahead of Evan Neal.
Okay. My prediction, it's funny. 2 days ago, I would have said Evan Neal, but I've heard a few things over the last few days, and I agree. And I didn't expect I didn't expect these to say Charles Cross, but yeah. Now the Panthers. This is what's that?
No, just breaking live here in the middle of the show. We're not going to take away too much from it. Whoever Bron Billamy is from Cleveland, he's a Cleveland beat reporter. No, it's fake. Never mind. It's a fake. It's a fake account. It's a fake account. It's a fake account. I got it. That's the second time today, folks. I got it.
Second time today.
Yeah, they said Cleveland was wanting to go after Debo for Baker Mayfield and Pigs, and then I read the news. He was from Ballsack Sports Now. Once I looked at his profile, so once I read that, we're out. So moving on.
All right. If I was a GM of the Panthers,
Yeah.
there's no quarterbacks here. I am taking Evan Neal, and I feel pretty dang good about it.
Yep.
And my prediction, though, unfortunately, is Kenny Pickett.
Honestly, I think my prediction is going to be Evan Neal. I don't think they're going to mortgage their Matt Rule knows he's in his last year. I think they're going to be the team that ends up trading for Jimmy because they're going to want a veteran quarterback. Evan Neal, they need as much offensive line help as they can get.
Nice. Sweet. That's what I would do. So I'd be happy to see it. I would.
Yeah.
Giants.
At number 7, you cannot let this guy fall any farther. He easily, I even joked around and said he could be taken number 1 by the Jags. Ahmad Sauce Gardner, my top defensive back on the board at cornerback, taking him to the Giants at 7.
And that is what I believe will happen. Is it?
Uh-oh. Looks like we've lost Steve here. Hopefully he'll come back.
What you believe will happen?
Hey, we lost you for a minute. Yep, we lost you for a minute.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
I think will happen as well.
I go back and forth. For the time being, yeah, I'll say, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to reach for one of these other edge guys. I think they're going to take best player available, hopefully be smart.
Nice. Well, You being a Seahawks GM in this case, you'll probably like this pick. This guy's pretty much not on your board, but if I was the Falcons, I'm taking a flyer on this guy right here. The ceiling and the talent level is too much for me. But he's getting a lot of hype. I'm going Jameson. I wouldn't draft him this high, but I think he's going really high.
I am going to give you a surprise.
Okay.
And I want to say that they take Derek Stingley, but I think they'll take a flyer on a different wide receiver with an injury history, Drake London. I think a pure number one wide receiver. That's my prediction as of today. First wide receiver off the board.
I love that.
After you get done. Yep, and then moving on to number 9 at Seattle, I think you're going to see the first reach in the draft. I know everybody loves to make this pick. Seahawks have so many holes. They shouldn't go quarterback, but I think they will. And they're going to take my second overall quarterback, Malik Willis, here at number 9. I think that's going to be the number 1 quarterback off the draft board.
And who would you take the Seahawks?
Who would I take if I was the Seahawks? I would take George Karlaftis because he's the best defender left on the board, and they have plenty of holes. The team is crumbling around them. They need help in the trenches and the back end on the O-line. They need help everywhere.
Yeah.
I will say this quick about the Seahawks. We predicted it last year that it could blow up in their face, and it did. And now that Russell Wilson is gone, you're really going to see how bad they struggle, especially if it's with a rookie quarterback. They've got so many holes on that team. Bobby Wagner's gone. They got so many holes on that team.
Yeah. No, they do. It's a terrible roster. My prediction is a surprise one for this one, too. I think they're a crazy organization, and I think they're going linebacker, and I think they're going to go Devin Lloyd in the top 10.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now I'm the GM of the Jets. I am Joe Douglas, and I've lost a lot of weight. I got KT. I want to give Zach Wilson some help. I'm going Drake London.
All right.
What I think will happen is Drake London.
Yeah, if that pick if that pick is staying with the Jets, they're going wide receiver. I'll give them, I think, if they are going wide receiver, what I think will happen is they'll go Jameson Williams with Drake London off the board. Although I would prefer Chris Olave there, I think they would go Jameson Williams.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all. All right.
Washington,
former
the artist formerly known as the Redskins, the Washington Commanders here at number 11, back-to-back picks. Looking at their needs, I've got them looking at offensive line, linebacker, DB, and then sleeper on a quarterback, Malik Willis off the board. I will take who I think is pretty close to Devin Lloyd, neck and neck there on linebacker. I'll go Nakobe Dean, linebacker out of Georgia, as what I think will happen, and that's also who I would take.
Okay, nice. Is it suddenly centered?
Yeah, what in the world?
Okay.
All right. I think they'll be happy with either one of those two linebackers.
Yeah. I think what I'll do is my prediction. I'm going to put Garrett Wilson here as my prediction. I think they could use more weapons. That's what I'm guessing. So, team to mock. Normally, I think they're hoping that one of. Wait a second. What am I doing? No, I don't think that. I think they're going Kyle Hamilton because he's available on my prediction.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I didn't take him in my predictions either. What in the world am I doing? This is getting confusing already.
Indeed.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, Thank God we're live,
All right.
and it's only one take. Yeah,
That's right.
so for the Minnesota Vikings, I was going to go Trent McDuffie. I'll go Kyle Hamilton as my prediction that scenario. What I would think would happen as far as my choice, I would go Trent
Yeah.
McDuffie. They need help on the back end.
Well, that is what you. Oops. And my prediction as well. So
That would be my
down.
prediction had I put Kyle Hamilton where he should have been inside the top 10 ahead of Nakobe Dean.
we can swap it. I don't care.
Nah, it's fine, man. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll live with my mistake.
All right. All right. Got Houston here. I am picking, and I need the money board real quick. Who would I take in a spot? Oh, man, he's already off the board. Okay. That does mess stuff up. Man, I was going to pick Carlos, but I forgot Seattle taking him. So I really just want the best player available. Who is that? I don't know what their center needs are. I would hate to pick a center and then, it turns out they have a good center on the roster or something. But I'm going to go Jordan Davis. Just get a freak in the middle. Kind of a cop out. Yeah. My prediction here will be it is hard keeping up with who's actually available and like on what mock we're doing here. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, we bit off more than we could chew in this one.
I think so. My prediction is Jermaine Johnson.
Oh God. Yeah, you're losing me now. Tyler Linderbaum needs to come off the board. I don't care if he plays center or not. He can play all five positions on the offensive line.
Do you think that's going to happen though?
Yeah, if he's on the board at 13, yeah, sure, why not?
All right. We'll throw him in there.
They need all the talent they can get. You've already missed out on you've already got one offensive tackle stalwart. Let's just solidify the line. If that's the case, you need help everywhere. What are you going to reach for another wide receiver or one of these tail end defensive linemen,
Yeah.
All right, Baltimore 14. This is where I think the most overrated guy right now. Unfortunately, this is probably where he should go, but he's going to get picked higher than this. My choice for the 14 overall Baltimore Ravens would be Trayvon Walker. I think that's a perfect spot for him to learn the ropes from new defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald, former Michigan Wolverine defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald.
What do you think will happen?
And then what I think will happen.
Is what you think. That is what you think, isn't it?
No, that's my choice there. That's my choice.
Yeah.
What I think would happen, because I've got Trayvon going number 1 overall, and what I think will happen.
Yeah.
What I think will happen is they'll go Garrett Wilson at 14.
I can see him justifying.
We're gonna have to get a wide receiver with one of these picks. Yeah.
My prediction for the Ravens is actually Jordan Davis since he's available. He just looks like a Raven. He's being mocked there a lot. I'm kind of buying it actually. So, all right, Eagles. This is your pick as well, and Linderbaum is still available on our mock. Just so you know.
Linderbaum.
All right.
No brainer.
If I was the Eagles here, I would do it.
Yeah, and
Perfect
then what
guy
I think,
Kelsey.
and then what I think would happen here is they would take Chris Olave. They an under discussed wide receiver needy team, especially trying to trade Jalen Reagor so quick after drafting him. Short turnaround. They need more help than Devontae Smith. Yep, lost Steve again.
And
yep. Hey, you heard me. Nice.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here. All right.
Sweet.
Here we go. Sweet. The Saints are obviously tackle and receiver. And on my board of our mock, there's still some good receivers. Only London. The only receiver gone? Wow. Okay. So,
Wow.
if I
Yeah.
was,
This was
I'm going
this
Chris
cluster.
Olave.
Yeah, that's a cluster.
If I'm the Saints, I'm going Olave here. And then my prediction, I think, would be Chris Olave, actually. So that happened to work out this late in the draft.
Yeah, I've got Chris Olave already off the board because I'm an idiot. What do the Saints need? Oh man, they need a lot.
It's
I'll tell you
It's tackling receiver, man. It's tackling
it
receiver.
is, man. I tell you what, let's go Trevor Penning. Say that'll be my
That's
prediction
who
there.
I was thinking.
First team to reach on.
Yeah.
Still don't buy him as a first round talent within the top 25. Maybe and when you're getting into that 25 to 32 range, you're talking borderline first rounder, teams trading back up, taking a guy they know is going to be there when they come back around, not necessarily a first round guy.
Yeah.
Feel like he's kind of in that range, early second, late first.
All right. Chargers. They could use definitely a right. I think I'm going to go right tackle here. They corner. But right here, I'm going Bernard Raymond, man.
All right.
Okay. That's why I would take, as far as a prediction, like in this spot with this board, I think they would go Trevor Penning. Basically, I'm saying I like Raymond more than Penning. I don't think the league does.
I guess my prediction here, and I haven't taken him yet, but Jordan Davis seems like a natural fit. Everybody's been mocking him there.
Yeah, man, that is a good fit. Runs exactly what they need. Absolutely. And your Eagles again.
All right, Eagles. My prediction on what I think will happen. Man, this is tough. I really screwed myself here.
Olave.
Let's just go nuts. David Ajabo.
Ooh.
We'll say someone reaches for him and gives him his red shirt year. What my choice would be in this scenario, as much as I rail on this guy, Garrett Wilson. Wide receiver. Ohio State.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Ohio State University.
Then my prediction, they got Wilson. This is is he? Okay. I think here I'll go Linderbaum. Again, I just don't think it's going to happen.
I'm having crab swirls right now. This is a major crab swirls moment to try to keep up with everything.
It is. It's intense. It really is intense. All right. So I got the Saints again. Olave before, and then a wide receiver went. So now I got to take the best available tackle. This might shock you a little bit, but a tackle I have even over Penning is Tyler Smith from Tulsa, man. I like some Tyler Smith. Trevor Penning, man.
Nice.
I think he'll be a first rounder. I really.
Yeah, offensive line. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, you're right.
But it's just such a premium position.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And then my official prediction would be.
Yeah, we'll go Raymond. Is my prediction. Or no, I already took Penning, didn't I? To the Saints in my prediction.
Oh
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Let's go. Traylon Burks.
Ooh, nice.
I think.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go Traylon Burks. Try to make sure I got all
Kansas. All right, man. If you the Steelers. Where
God,
would
yeah.
you go with?
I don't know where I'm going right now.
You can take a moment. It's fine. You can take a moment.
No. I would take who I think is the best quarterback in the draft, and I know people don't agree with it, but give me Matt Corral all day, every day, especially over Kenny Pickett. If the Steelers are dead set, if the Steelers are dead set on taking a quarterback, Malik Willis is going. Give me Matt Corral all day, every day. He's a Pittsburgh guy through and through, even more so than Pickett, I think. A gamer.
Yeah, no.
What I think will happen in this scenario, actually, believe it or not, I like Zion Johnson here. Versatile guard.
No, I love
center.
Zion Johnson.
They do need some fortitude there on the offensive line.
If this board fell the way I have, I think they would run in the card from Malik Willis. So I got to put it here.
Yeah.
That's all right, man. And I got the Patriots here. Let's see. He's not off the board for ours. Okay. I really adding some speed and athleticism in the middle of their defense. It seems like a Patriot thing. I'm going Devin Lloyd, Utah. And then my prediction. I want to throw something crazy for them, honestly. You never know. I'm going to go Andrew Booth.
All right. Replace J.C. Jackson. Nice.
Yep.
My prediction in this scenario, I'm going to give them another defensive back, but someone who I think is probably more of a Belichick guy. We'll go with Daxton Hill out of Michigan.
Yeah, I love Daxton Hill. Sweet. It's a great fit. I mean, you got 3 picks in a row here.
I know, dude. I'm trying not to have crab swirls. 22. Let's just take Zion Johnson off the board right now to the Packers. What I think would happen in this scenario, Jahan Dotson. Probably a more surefire possession receiver even than Treylon Burks. And, of course, he's already off the board. So
he is on my predictive board, and that is who I would pick here, actually. So
nice.
The boar hunting Treylon Burks.
And then Cardinals here at 23. I will give them – who would I give them? Who would I give them? Andrew Booth Jr. That's the one I've settled upon.
Really good pick.
We'll see how that guy fares.
Mm-hmm.
Do what?
Sorry. As far as what you think would happen?
Andrew Booth Jr., if he's on the board.
Yeah. Nice. Mine would be Zion Johnson. He's still on my predictive board. Okay, and then you got the Cowboys.
Yeah. My first surprise of the draft. Sorry to the one watcher we have. I think that's me. And my first surprise of the draft, there's a guy, and I'm going to preface it with this pick, just so we're clarified on it. Kentley Platt, at MathBomb on Twitter, Detroit Lions fan, but he came out with a system called the RAS, the Relative Athletic Score. It's pretty foolproof. In the last 25 years going back to, or actually, heck, man, that's weird. 35 years, going back to 1987. Troy Anderson out of Montana State has a perfect 10 out of 10 score in the RAS. He ranks number 2 out of 2,419 linebackers in size, measurables, his 40 times, his benches, all that. So that's the reason I like the RAS system, because it doesn't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but it does kind of add that stuff in from the combine. So give me Troy Anderson, linebacker, Montana State, a guy who is really getting slept on right now.
Was that what you think will happen, or is that what you would do?
No, that's what I would do. What I think would
Okay.
happen in this scenario
Mhm.
would be Devontae Wyatt.
Nice. Georgia defenders, man. Here is my predictive one. I think Kenyon Green.
Nice.
I think they would love if Burks fell, but I'm going to stick here. Interior offensive line help. Oops. Yeah. All right, so I got Bills, Titans, and Bucks. Okay.
Nice.
What I would do if I was the Bucks is I recently heard that they don't really invest in the cornerback position, that they haven't drafted one inside the first rounds in a long time. I can't remember how many years. But I'm going to go Kyer Elam.
Nice.
He's your fifth corner.
Yeah. Out of necessity. Depends on where you got Dax at, I guess. Yeah, I guess it depends on where you see Dax.
They have like the best safety duo in the league, though. Like, you know.
Yeah, but I just meant where you see Dax at as far as playing corner, which he can full time.
Yeah, he can.
Or
he can.
Be it. Yeah.
He won't be on my board much longer. Don't you? And then my predictive one. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I'm going to go the same one, actually.
Let's go nuts. Let's make it a hat trick here.
Okay.
At least I know I haven't taken him.
Oh, okay. All right. Titans. What would I do here? Man, this is tough. A lot of the arm that I really like are gone. Wait, no, Green is there. I'm taking Kenyon Green.
Heck yeah.
And my predictive one. Here's one of my curveballs.
All right.
I'm predicting that they take old Desmond Ridder, man. Yeah.
I actually think they're a sleeper for one of these quarterbacks too.
Yeah. Right.
I think being an Ohio guy, or he's from Louisville, but playing in Cincinnati, he's going to fit in well with Vrabel. I like Ridder or Corral there actually is a sneaky pick to Tennessee at 26. My prediction in this scenario, and I just had it, and now I've lost it because we're at Tennessee. Let's go Matt Corral.
Ooh, nice.
Because I want to get him off the board because he's my sweet baby mama.
And here's landing on your boy Daxton.
All right. I like
it. The Todd Bowles, man. And as far as my predicted one, I'm kind of, oddly enough, leaning Dax Hill, but I want to look at the board just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. I think Bowles, I just said, and I forgot his name. I think Bowles would take a safety here. I'm significantly better, but I'm going to throw in a curveball and say that they take Lewis Cine over him, and it's a big mistake.
Could see that. I think you're going to get an even bigger curveball because this is arguably with Brady coming back, a bigger position in need. I think they take Kenneth Walker III out of Michigan State.
Ooh.
That is the perfect spot to take a running back if you're a contending team. Tail end of the first round, get him on a 5-year controlled contract.
Okay, you got Packers. Yeah, you got that.
All right, Packers. Have they – where's the earlier pick? Trying to see if we've got him off the board yet or not. I'll take Treylon Burks here, going to the Packers. He's still on our board. They need a wide receiver.
Okay, he is. Absolutely, they do. Okay. And your prediction?
My prediction.
They have a receiver in the predicted mock draft.
Thank you for clarifying that because I would have lost it. Kenyon Green.
All right, sweet. So,
Yeah,
just
because
to,
we already took John Dawson. There you go.
yeah, just to clarify, I just wanted to point this out. In ours, they got Zion Johnson, Traylon Burks. In your predictive, they got Jahan Dotson and Green. So a guard receiver
There you
duo
go.
backward. So yeah. For me, in my predictive, they got Burks. So here, I think you're in kind of a scenario to just take the best player available. They lost Zadarius Smith, so I'm going to try to get more defensive line help, and I'm going to take Devontae Wyatt. Add job,
All right.
obviously, but Devontae Wyatt. Okay, Chiefs back to back here. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see who is still even available. No. Okay, I'm gonna do something fun here. Let me announce these. What I would do back to back. I
All
know
right.
this isn't how
Fair
we're
enough.
doing it, but I just want to pair together because
Sure.
taking two risks on two injury guys is chaotic, and I want to do it. So first, I'm going to go David Ajabo. I think is going to be
All
super.
right.
And then second one, I'm going George Pickens. Here is where he comes off for me. And next year, you got two studs. Let's see.
Sure.
And then in my sorry, let me do the predictive real quick. I do think they're going to take a receiver. I don't know if it'll be Pickens. Let me see who's over there. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, man. It's not. I'm going to do it. And I can type, so that's great. Okay. And your prediction for 29?
Jaquan Brisker. Let them replace Honey Badger with the cheaper option.
Nice.
And then
For pick
what
30.
is yours for 30?
Braxton Hill.
All right. My prediction here, I am so lost right now. This is frying my brain, honestly.
It's so tough, man.
Let's go. We'll just go a cheaper option we'll just go two cheaper options to replace more talented players. We'll go Sky Moore being
I
overdrafted.
really, really consider him. Receiver wearing a running back number.
Heck
All
yeah.
right.
Saw him in person last year.
What's that?
Saw him in person last year.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Shifty
Nice.
little cat.
The last
31
two belong to
to
you.
the Bengals. Let's see. Well, we have shored up our offensive line in free agency. So let's take best player available. I think at this point, best player available, and to make sure we haven't taken him, is Devontae Wyatt.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
It's a nice part that the Bengals, or the nice availability the Bengals have. Lord, I'm tripping over myself. It's a nice ability the Bengals have right now. They've got their weapons at wide receiver. They've got their running back. They can fill in holes at tight end. They kind of have the luxury right now to go out and draft just whoever falls to them. Take a flyer on them. So they're in a good spot.
They are.
My prediction on how this would go, since Devontae Wyatt's off the board, I will give them Travis Jones from UConn.
Nice.
And I have no idea who I'm sleeping on because inevitably I have missed somebody with a great travesty. But I'll go Travis Jones.
Nakobe here because he's still available online. Kind of a best player available type deal.
Very nice.
Then here we got Detroit, and you are up.
And I will go double check and make sure he hasn't come off the board yet. Well, of course he wouldn't have come off the board yet because I haven't said his name. And honestly, can you scroll back up?
Yeah.
Just check. I think this is a good spot for this guy, even though I'm not high on him. Lions need some wide receiver help. Jamison Williams to Detroit would actually be a pretty good fit with Amon-Ra St. Brown being a possession guy at the slot.
That is a really good fit. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
What I think would happen.
He was. Sorry, what?
No, you're good. What I think would happen in this spot is that Dan Campbell runs onto the stage shirtless and just bear hugs Roger Goodell. Because at this point in the draft, they should still have. Can you scroll up again just to double check on my side? I want to double check something. Yeah, so this is a good spot for him. Desmond Ridder, 32. Take a flyer on a quarterback.
Well, I'm going to have them do the same thing. But I would not make the pick, but I'm going to predict Sam Howell. I would not do
I
it.
don't see that in a million years.
I've seen
Not
it.
a Dan Campbell guy.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Peter King.
Okay. Yep. No. I've heard that one a lot for real, but yeah, now that you say him and Dan Campbell, that's probably not that. Too late. I already typed it, and my brain is fried, so I don't want to think about it more.
No, I don't want to either. I'll say this much about quarterbacks. The three voice almost cracked there if I forced it. The three quarterbacks who I think are gonna end up being the best quarterbacks in this draft are also all Dan Campbell guys, Mike Vrabel guys, and Mike Tomlin guys. Malik Willis, Desmond Ridder, and Matt Corral. And I really wouldn't be surprised if all three of them take quarterbacks. If Matt Corral falls to 32, I would not be shocked if Dan Campbell pulls the trigger on him. If the Titans at 27 or whatever or 26 feel like that they need a quarterback and Willis or Ridder or Corral are on the board, I wouldn't be surprised if they took them. Same thing with Pittsburgh at 20. If they got their guy there and they're smitten with Corral, or they're smitten with Ridder, or smitten with Willis, I think they take him. The one guy I think they will not take all three of those teams is Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
He just doesn't, from everything I've known about him and watched about him, read about him, he doesn't seem like he fits in with those cultures.
Yeah, no,
Granted, Detroit's trying to build one, but I don't think he fits in with it.
See that for sure. Nice. I saw you in the chat, man. Good to see it. Good to see it.
I did. And real quick before we end this deal, or if we move on to whatever, the one thing I'd like to mention, who are two guys you think are going to be overdrafted and two you think are going to be underdrafted?
Other than
I guess start with overdrafted. Yeah, let's try to keep it different than.
Okay. So even though I like the guy, I do think that Devin Lloyd is going to get. I think he's good, but that is one of those things. I don't think you should be taking him in the top. I like him. I don't love him.
Yeah.
And I do. I really. So that's the guy I would have overdrafted, and then I don't want to obviously in mind have Kenny Pickett. That's way overdrafted, but that's too obvious. So I won't say that. I'm going to go with Trevor Penning. Again, a guy a good while ago, me and you came on here, and I said, no, I would consider drafting him at the end of the first round. And now it's like he's a lock for the top 20. Like, come on, man. Some people have him as a top 3 tackle. Be drafted too high. Those are my overdrafted.
Yeah. I've got Christian Watson because of just how he measured.
Yeah.
Yes. And his body size and his highlight reel. I know I'd feel fine with him at 61. I don't know if I even feel fine with him at 38 if the 49ers got that pick from New York. I don't know if I feel great about that. And then another guy, too, Kenneth Walker. I love him, even though he played at Michigan State. I do think some team, if they don't trade up in the first round to get him, simply because you're going to want a guy who's controlled he's under team control for 5 years. You get in the second round, it goes down to 4, and you can get a new contract at 3. You get a running back locked up in the first round. You give up a second and a sixth to move up a couple spots if you're a team like Tampa or whatever. First round running backs, we know how that goes. There's going to be plenty of guys. Probably a guy like Travis Jones could be on the board even around that area. Brisker, Ajabo might be on the board. And I think you're going to see a team jump up there and maybe pass on one of those guys just to land a day one starting running back. We see it every year.
Yeah. No, it's true. And every year, somebody who you have to be a special running back to take in the first round. But that's just me. Two guys I think will be underdrafted, whatever. Karlaftis is one. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, same thing as But Karlaftis I think will be a steal. From what I hear, he's going low in mock drafts, and I know mock drafts are always way off, but I'm kind of basing it off of that. I'm seeing him in the 20s a lot. I don't think so. I think he's the 4th best edge, and that's with Ajabo being 3rd. He's going to be fine after year 1. 4th best edge, and I think he should be easily in the top 15, but I'm not will. And then my other guy, I'm not just saying this for you, but Dax Hill, man. I do think he's going to be a first rounder. I think he's going to go in the 20s. I think he should go in the 20s. So, I think great player.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up being better than Stingley. Not because Stingley's not more talented, just because of his health. I don't think Stingley's going to work out. And I don't know if Andrew Booth will necessarily work out. I think Sauce and Trent McDuffie are your 2 locks, and then it's probably Dax after that as far as the most surefire guys who can produce. My 2 underdrafted, another Michigan guy, Hassan Haskins. He's probably going to get picked in the 4th or 5th round just because he runs a terrible 40 time. But game speed, he's not fast, and even in the game. But he's powerful running back. I wish the 49ers had a need for him. I will continue to mock him to the 49ers. He makes Elijah Mitchell redundant, so it's probably not going to happen. But, man, a team like even Tennessee, and I know they got Derrick Henry, or Pittsburgh being a complimentary guy to Najee Harris, or Detroit even. And I know I keep saying those 3 guys, but he fits in with their culture. And even Bill Belichick, he's a culture guy. One of these coaches is going to pick him past the point where he probably should have been picked just because he's a culture guy, and he's not going to disappoint. He'll have a long career. Another guy, Troy Anderson, touched on him earlier because of all that stuff that he measured out in RAS. I could see him based on that. I know he's a small school guy, but just on how accurate that deal is, if you buy into analytics, it's hardly ever wrong as far as projecting stuff like that. Like, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, but definitely could see him being the 3rd best linebacker in this class behind Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean. Probably a borderline first-round talent that's going to get picked in the tail end of the 2nd. He's going to have a long career too, I think.
I like it, man. When you asked me that, for some reason, I was pretty locked into the first round, but I'm glad you weren't and brought in some. So, man, I like it.
Yeah. Nice.
Before we get you guys fact of the week.
Yeah, more an emotional fact. There was a recently study published that every grown man who has a father or doesn't have a father, who has watched the movie Field of Dreams, has cried in the final scene when Kevin Costner asked his dad to have a catch. So, I watched that scene earlier on YouTube, and it made me think of it. I bawled like a baby. So
That's amazing.
great.
It's amazing, and it's
Dad,
undeniable.
you
It is a
want to
fact.
have a catch? You want to have a catch?
Awesome.
No, wench. If you hear me, Steven, you're
All right,
frozen.
guys.
There you
Yeah.
go. I cut you off again. That's great.
Impeccable time.
Impeccable timing.
Of course. Yeah. As I was saying, next week will be about post draft, of course. Oh, we're gonna be live during the draft on here.
Yep.
So yeah, you can come listen to
Steve's
that.
got
and then I'll
something
get
going
for
on.
the tail end.
Yep. Yep, that's what I was
I'll
going to
get
say.
on
Steve's
to
going to
the
get
tail
on
end
here with
of
us
it.
in a little bit. If we can figure out how to add special guests, we might.
Yeah.
I don't know how to kick them out, so I probably won't. But we're just going to sit here with the virtual background on, so I can sneak away and take bathroom breaks and have the TV on in the background, and going to be talking to a brick wall for 2 or 3 hours until Steve gets here.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. But the following week, we can look back at our predictive mocks and see how many picks we got right on.
None.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Yeah, that's correct. This has been the 49 Yard Dash. I'm Steven. That's Josh. We'll catch you next time, guys.